All right. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back into another episode of The Film Cave. That's Steve. I'm Casey, with you as always. Here we go for another edition. Steve and I had an opportunity to finally see Batman vs. Superman.
A couple weeks
So-
late, but that's okay.
Yeah, it was like a week late.
That's true. Well, yeah, a
It
week.
was only like the second
Saw
weekend
last
it was
weekend.
open.
Right.
So, of course, when it dipped like 85,000% or whatever, like
It's because everybody saw it the first weekend.
everybody
Didn't-
freak out.
Well, I think it dipped because there wasn't a lot of going to see it again, like a lot of superhero movies get. You know, they see it once and they want to see it again, and they
Well, and
see it
as
with
you
their kids. And they
as
see
you
it with that kind of
mentioned,
stuff.
before airing, the kids probably aren't going to go
Right.
see this over and over and over again,
Right.
if
Immediately-
not at all.
Immediately after seeing it, it was not. It was not a kids movie, or not necessarily not a kids movie, but not like the younger kids movie like a lot of Marvel movies are. But because of the runtime, it's over 2.5 hours. So a lot of kids, I feel like after 2 hours are out. I think they're out, because I went and took my daughter to go see the second Captain America movie, and that's like almost 2.5 hours, and she was done after like almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
She was done. She's like, okay, what are we doing after this? So yeah, so it's longer than 2.5 hours, and there's not a lot of like fun action. It's pretty intense action for not very long, and there's a lot of lead up to it, and it's just super dark. I mean, the Batman is kind of like a grumpy bully almost, who's unhappy with his life, and he's just angry at kind of the world. Like he's been fighting crime for so long, and every time he beats somebody up or puts somebody away, somebody else pops up, and he just kind of is tired of it. It feels like,
Yeah. It was an interesting take. I thought it
Mhm.
was.
I didn't like I said I didn't
really
I
go
did not
in.
like it. I thought it was great. I thought I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I had a fun time watching it as well. It was a bit of a mess, but
Yeah, I think so.
I could still enjoy it for what they were trying to do, and I think I'm kind of excited to actually check out the even longer cut when
Extra
it
half
comes
hour.
out on Blu-ray, the extra half hour. Like if that's gonna help fill in some. I don't know,
Right,
some
so-
information missing or
So I was thinking
whatnot.
when you said it was all over the place that it's kind of hard because they're setting up with this one movie. Basically, they're setting up a Justice League movie before much of an introduction to the new Batman character. You've kind of already seen the Superman character,
Mhm.
and then they're also setting up Flash. They're also setting up Cyborg, and they're also setting up Aquaman
Aquaman.
before they get their own movie.
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman will come out next year, and then this one, the Justice League, comes out the year after, right?
I think Justice League Part 1 comes out next November
So they're gonna do
already.
So they're gonna do Wonder Woman next year, and
Yeah.
then Justice League. So and then they had a little quick setup for all the other guys, which was cool. But so it's kind of jumping all over the place, and that's why I think it was so long. Is because they're trying to set a bunch of things up before
Mhm.
the Justice League movie, but instead of trying to like already have those kind of things set up. So
Right.
I feel that's why people didn't like a lot of it, because it was just trying to cram a lot of stuff into one movie. It was mostly Batman, though, I think, because they've already set up Superman and his character. It was mostly like the dark, angry Batman,
hmm
setting him up, and then Wonder Woman was in it quite a bit, which is good.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I liked her.
She was really good.
She really fit in well.
She
with
was
that.
fun.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she's gonna be a good Wonder Woman.
So I'm excited to
Her
see
movie will
the movie itself.
Yeah, I think that'll be great next year.
And then we both agreed that they missed a huge opportunity to not do any post-credit scenes or end-credit scenes,
Right.
any kind of teasers or
Yeah,
anything.
nothing.
So it was nothing. I didn't know. You went in knowing that it wasn't going to be any, hoping maybe they
Right.
would just sneak it in. I didn't know if they were going to, and a lot of people
It's almost it's like you kind of expect it.
at
It's
least
like half the audience you said stayed.
right. So half
it's
the
like-
audience left, which is normal, but then half the audience stayed, hoping for something or waiting for something, and that
Right.
didn't happen.
Right.
And I think everybody was disappointed in that. That was a huge missed opportunity, I think, for them to kind of keep some excitement going for the movies, and they
Yeah.
didn't do it. And I think
Yeah.
it was huge.
A lot of excitement sort of waning from this whole franchise, and now
Right.
Warner Brothers is like ditching different, other movie ideas, and they're just going to focus on like these big tentpole movies to
Right.
really like
Carry
focus
it.
on them to hopefully carry the entire studio,
Right.
and it's not
It's not.
going the way that they anticipated.
Right.
It's not. It's. I don't know. They must feel like they have a mess on their hands or something.
I definitely think
Um,
something's going on there.
I think they rushed it a little too much.
Yeah,
Like
Absolutely.
they have, I think they have. It seems like Marvel has been a huge influence on them
Absolutely.
in what they're trying to do in order to catch, to seem like
Maybe that was the problem,
trying to
is that
catch
they
up.
were trying to go too far away from them, and it ended up backfiring because they weren't maybe taking. I mean,
Yeah.
taking cues from them, it wouldn't be necessarily a bad thing,
right.
But they were. I think they just went so far away from that it kind of hurt them. I think it hurt them more than it would have helped them.
Yeah,
So-
and then just like you talked about, just cramming so much into this
Right.
one movie to set up several more franchises.
Right. Instead of
was a
setting
bit-
up the
was a
franchises
bit
with
of a
their own
leap.
movies. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I mean, the scene, there's like that cool like apocalypse action sequence.
was my favorite
That
part.
was
Mhm.
actually quite a bit long for like a dream sequence. But then he has the sequence right after that where it's the Flash that comes to him and he's like, you have to find us or
Right.
whatever. Like I only realized that it was Barry Allen because I recognized Ezra Miller's voice, who is cast
Oh,
as the Flash.
yeah.
I didn't put that together. Realize that was the Flash right away.
Oh, right.
So-
No, not right away.
I don't know. It seems interesting that once the Justice League Part 1 comes out, then it's Aquaman and Flash and
And you-
Cyborg, and then
So then
Justice
how
League
would-
Part 2 and like
So,
I
yeah,
don't know.
I
It's
don't
just
know
a
how
bit
they're gonna-
it's just a bit
They're
it's
trying
just a
to
bit
set up too
skewed.
much. Yeah.
And I don't know much about the comic books and whatnot.
No,
but
I don't know
did
either.
think they did a bit of a disservice to Doomsday by just throwing
Yeah.
them in there last minute, last couple minutes of the big action scene at the end,
Mhm.
and I didn't think that did that character justice of how big and how epic a villain.
Right, because of what happened in the movie. If you want to talk about it. At the
Right,
very end,
well, Yeah, I mean, just from that comic book storyline that
Which was a
I
huge-
remember,
a huge part of it.
Doomsday versus Superman and like the death of Superman, and,
Right.
and then him coming back or whatever. But it was a lot.
It was a lot.
It was
Right,
a lot.
exactly. There's
It was
so
a
much
lot.
to talk
It was-
about.
But
And it's all
I'm
over.
curious to see the even longer version.
Yeah.
You
Maybe it
know.
would make it better, just to kind of like even things out instead of trying to say
Right.
go from here
Well, and
and then go from there and then go
I
to
understand
here,
they
and
want to
then-
get as many people in the seats per theater per day.
No, yeah, I understand.
But I don't know. Sometimes I wish we could see like more of a 3-hour
Yeah, well, right, and
3-hour
that's
cut. But you nailed it on the head when you said like kids aren't going to sit through this. I mean it's PG-13. Just it's interesting.
and they're already shooting
Interesting.
Justice League, which is also crazy to think about.
Right. Yeah, they're just now shooting Justice League right now.
Yeah. There's just so
It's
much.
crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, it's been an interesting. It's almost been like an experiment. It's been a
Yeah.
really interesting experiment.
That's why
to,
I'm thinking that it
actually
wouldn't have been a
to get
bad
to-
idea to take some kind of cues from Marvel and go with that, and then
Right.
be your own movie that way.
Yeah.
Where I think they're just like they're trying not to think about it, and they're getting too caught up in everything that's happening, and it's kind of all crashing down around them. I think.
Yeah.
It's just
Warner
sad.
Brothers they're in trouble.
They jumped in.
Too
They
much of a
jumped into the
problem.
wrong part of the pool, and now they're like, "No, we want to go back, but we can't. So okay, let's keep moving." But now
Right.
this movie's coming out. We've already shot it, and it's not what we want now because we didn't like what we did here. So now we have to go back to this part of the pool and try and redo that so that we can kind of get back on our feet and get back above water
Yeah.
a little bit because now they're like
And
kind of underwater.
It's sad too because Warner Brothers has now said they've just dumped projects that they are no longer
Right.
gonna even try and do like this.
Because they're
like
pushing all their money into this other stuff.
right. Well, just a lot of lesser known material
Yeah.
of stuff that's not known in America but is big in like manga or
Oh,
you
right.
know other countries
Fantasy
and
type
just
stuff.
fantasy stuff and it's just there's no mid-budget
Right.
movies anymore. They're not going to do if it's unknown. And that sucks. Like
Yeah, it does.
that's too bad. It's just that's the originality of movies is just quickly going by the wayside. So,
yep.
Anyways,
all right. Well, yeah, that's all we had to say about that.
There's a lot. That's a lot.
Well, yeah. I mean, because usually if it's
just
good,
one thing leads after another.
If it's bad, there's more to talk. If it's not that it's bad, it's just if it's questionable, or if there's some other, there's going to be a lot more to talk about. Just because there's lots of things that need to be changed, and hopefully they can take it. They don't kill it off.
I mean, like I'm still eager to see how they do it.
Right.
Like I still want to. I still want to check it out, and like I
hope it doesn't kill it.
I don't think it's all Zack Snyder's fault.
No. You can't blame the director of one of the movies.
No, I mean it's just DC. Like DC is DC
and
the issue?
Warner Brothers,
the material,
the studio, and no, I don't know.
Maybe the fact that it's at Warner Brothers. Maybe they're just.
I don't think they handle this. They're not handling it well, and hopefully they can come back and take care of it the right way instead of
be just intriguing to see maybe a Ben Affleck standalone Batman movie. Again, way out of order. Like this whole sequence of
that's what I'm saying.
Movies is just a little.
They gave him that, and they said, "Okay, after we do this, then you can do your thing. Not like in between all this, then you're gonna have your own movies." And it's like, well, what's happening?
Yeah,
you guys need to calm down. Yeah. You're getting way too ahead of yourselves. Okay,
yeah, that's okay. All right, that's it.
So yeah, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Like you said,
our little Batman vs Superman review. So it looks interesting. The movies
are always interesting and fun to talk about.
That's right.
There's always movies coming out.
That's right.
Most of them just huge blockbusters, but
there's
we like to try and mention the little ones too.
Absolutely. So that's it. Check us out on Facebook where we post lots of stuff, and then don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you next time.
All right.
People up there.
People up there. People out there. People of Earth.
Okay, that's it.
Thanks for watching.